Okay, it's time to start, everybody. Welcome to our class. Hello, Rodrigo. Hello, Ele. Hello, Evelyn. How are you today?
Hello, good evening. I'm good.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Evelyn. Thank you for coming to our class. Ele, how are you today?
Hello, teacher. I good today.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. And well, thank you for coming to the class. What about you, Rodrigo? How are you today?
I'm good, teacher. I'm doing good. What
Oh,
about you? How are you?
well, I'm really happy today. So thank you for asking. It's a great day, guys. It was a great day, and happy to start a new class with you. Well, guys, thank you for coming on time.
I'm glad
So
to hear
it's
that.
okay. Thank you. Well, guys, it's good to start a new class. This is our third class of this week. Remember that we will have classes from Monday to Fridays. It means everybody that today we have classes, then tomorrow and on Friday. And after that, guys, we will have a short period of holidays. Well, today's class, everybody, it's about practice. Remember that on Monday and yesterday, we were talking about models for request. On Monday, we talked about some models that we use to make requests. And then yesterday, we used some expressions to also make requests. So right now, everybody, let's continue. And before we continue, we move to to our practices for today, guys. Let's do a short activity. Actually, this is a question for all of you. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. Well, everybody, as you know, there are different places, different scenarios in which we can use the request. Tell me, please, what kind of request can you ask or can you make in a classroom? Okay, this is a classroom, guys. This is a virtual classroom. So there are some requests that we can ask for. Also, if we are in a on-site classroom, you know that also you can make some requests. But now, everybody, I want to ask you, what kind of request can you ask in this classroom? Okay, over here. Let's see. Right now, we will start with, well, I have 3 boys and 1 girl, so ladies first. Evelyn, what kind of request, or tell me some examples of requests that we can ask in the classroom?
Mm, maybe. Would you repeat again
Okay, very good.
that information? Mhm. Don't know.
Okay, would you repeat again? Nice, that's a good one. Any other? Okay, let's see. Right now, let's go. Evelyn, let's continue.
Sorry. You know. Uh, could could I don't know.
Okay, don't worry, Evelyn.
Could I
But
go to the bathroom?
okay, could I go to the bathroom? Yes, this one it's possible, guys. Could I go to the bathroom? This one is also possible. Remember that even though we are at home, of course, we're at home, so we can move from one place to another. But it is important, guys, to let the teacher know that you are going to move, for example, to the bathroom or to do something important. Why? Because sometimes I call you guys And I hope or I expect that you are over there. So in that case, everybody, it's good for you to let the teacher know that you won't be or you will be absent for a short time. Okay? Thank you, Evelyn, for your examples. They were great. What about you? What about you, Rodrigo? What do you think? What kind of request can we make in the classroom?
We can say, can you lend me your pencil, please?
Okay, can you lend me your pencil? Okay, that's good. It will be kind of in an on-site classroom because we can't lend things to different people over here, but that's a good one. Any other example, Rodrigo?
Um, could you repeat? Could you explain the exercise again, teacher?
Very good. Could you explain the exercise again? Okay, pretty good. Those are great examples. As you know, guys, in some cases, we have internet connection problems, or maybe the headphones are not working properly. So that's why these kind of exercises or these kind of requests are possible and are good. Okay, they are great. Now let's see. Hello, Julio. Can you tell me some requests that we can make in a classroom?
Okay, I think that, for example, I have a question for the class.
Okay, I have a question. Well, that's a great idea, Julio, but that's not a request. We can use this expression, guys, in case that something in the class is not clear. You can say, teacher, I have a question, but this is not a request. Remember that requests are the things we ask someone to do for us, or in simple words, favors. Okay, favors. Now, okay, we can see the example, Evelyn and Rodrigo's examples, and we have great questions, guys. Great favors that we ask someone to do for us. Would you repeat again? Could I go to the bathroom? In this case, it's just to have a permission, right? It's not a favor that I can do for you, but it's a permission that we ask for. Can you lend me your pencil? This is a favor. Could you explain the exercise again? That's another favor that you ask for to the teacher or to one of your classmates. Well done. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your practice, for thinking about different examples. Come up with a lot of examples of requests. Remember, guys, that this week we studied some structures to make requests. First of all, remember on Monday, these are, guys, the division of the two classes. On Monday, we studied the structure or the use of would, could, and can for request. Right now, please, Rodrigo, can you help me reading the structure of would, could, and can?
Yes, I can teach. Making request, review. Would, could, can, plus subject, plus verb, plus complement, and question mark.
Okay, thank you. Well, thank you for reading this example. As you can see, guys, in your examples, give me a second. As you could see in your own examples, everybody, we can use these three models to make a request. Pay attention to it, guys. I copied one of your examples. Could you explain the exercise again? Remember that when we are using would and could, it means, everybody, that our request is very polite. It's really formal. But if we use can, everybody, this is not formal, but we can make our question polite, okay? Not formal, but we can sound polite by using the word please at the end of the question, okay? So we use can, everybody, in more comfortable places or in more comfortable environments, okay? For example, to your classmates, you can tell him or tell her, can you lend me your pencil, or can I borrow your pencil? In that case, everybody, as you see, we feel confident with that person, so we don't need to be very formal, right? But we can be polite by using please. Can you lend me your pencil, please? Can I borrow your pencil, please? Okay, as you see, we can use please to make the question polite, but can is not formal, okay? Could and would, they are formal. Can't is not formal. It's more for different confident environments. Then, guys, we have, well, on Tuesday, yesterday, we studied these two structures. We use would you mind and do you mind. Right now, Aveline, can you help me reading these structures?
Yes, teacher. Would you mind plus verb ing, or do you mind plus verb ing?
Very good. Oh, you can stop over there. Thank you. Okay, as you can see in this
Okay.
part, we use would you mind and do you mind also to make requests. What is the difference between the first models that we learned and the second models? Well, there are some things that are different. But first of all, let's talk about the similarities. One similarity that they have is that we use them to make requests, of course. But something different they have is that when we use would, could, or can, as you know, they are modals, we have to use a verb in base form. In the question, in a sentence, we have to use a verb in base form. But when we use, everybody, would you mind or do you mind, as you can see, we have to use a verb in ing, okay? We don't have the option to use, for example, a verb in base form. After the verb mind, we always have to use a verb in ing form. Then, everybody, as you remember, we continue with the same structure. After the verb in ing, we have to use the complement. Now, we also have these two structures. When we use would you mind and do you mind, everybody, we have a different structure, or something that it's not common, but it's also important to know. Julio, can you help me reading the last two structures, please?
Okay. Would you mind if plus simple past? Do you mind if plus simple present?
Okay, very good. Remember that we were talking, or we said, guys, that when we are using would you mind if, we use the next sentence in simple past. I will take this example. This example, could you explain the exercise again? But I will make it a would you mind if question. For example, guys, I could say, I will eliminate this, everybody. Would you mind if you lend, what is the past of lend, everybody? Is lend, lended? What is the past of land?
I don't know, teacher.
You don't know. Okay. Actually, this is not, well, this is not I could say that this is not a common verb that we use in past. But in this case, we are not talking about something in the past, but we could say that we are talking about something hypothetical. That's why we have to use the verb in ing. Sorry, we have to use it in past, not in ing, because we are using if. Okay, in this case, everybody, we just have to change the letter D for a letter T, as I told you. Give me a second. I will eliminate this. So instead of L-E-N-D, we say L-E-N-T. Would you mind if you lent me your pencil? Okay, that would be an example of using would you mind if. Another thing that it's different, remember that yesterday I told you guys that another thing that it's different is that the answers are, or they have the opposite meaning. For example, if you ask this question, would you mind if you lent me your pencil? You can answer not at all. And it means that you can do that favor or that you will do that favor for me. But if you tell me, yes, I would, it means that it is, you have a problem with that favor. That's the meaning, okay? Remember, when we use would you mind, the answer that we give have a different meaning, okay? Or an opposite meaning. If we say no, it means that our answer is affirmative. It means that we don't have a problem with the favor. But if we answer in an affirmative form, you know that it means that you have a problem, okay? So try to remember this, guys, because it's important at the moment of answering or at the moment of using these structures. Remember, to avoid rudeness, in this case, to avoid rudeness, we have to remember what's the correct answer that we can use when someone asks make a request using would you mind, okay? Now, this is just a review, guys, about yesterday's topic. Okay. As you remember, everybody, this is what we learned in our last two classes. Right now, we can move to an activity. Everybody, choose the correct form of the modals. Remember, I gave you specific information about the use of would and could, about the use of can, about the use of would you mind or do you mind. Right now, everybody, read the information into the parentheses and try to tell me what is the correct modal. In this opportunity, guys, you can see over here that there are more modals that we didn't study. For example, we have may. We didn't study may, but I told you guys yesterday, I told you that we use it to make requests, but in this case, it's mostly for permissions, okay? Then we have the use of want, or we use could, oops, give me a second. I answered this exercise, I'm sorry. But you can tell me a different answer, guys. So let's move to the next one. As you see, guys, there are different structures or different models that we didn't study. As I said, may, as I said, want, as I said, will, or also we have, well, those are the main structures, I guess. Oh, we have mustn't, must and will, okay? Right now, you have to select what's the correct word depending on the information that you have on the sentence, okay? Let's see right now. Example number one, everybody, we have 10 examples, so we will do 3 per person. But let's do together the first exercise. I speak to Mr. Smith, please. Look at the parentheses, guys. This is a formal, polite request. Well, through this information, I want to ask you, what is the correct answer? Let's see, we will start right now with Rodrigo. Rodrigo, what do you think is the correct answer? Can, may, would, or would you mind if? Formal, polite request. What do you think, Rodrigo?
Sorry, sir. I think it's may because it's like asking for permission.
Okay, that's a good logic. I like it. What about you? What about you, Evelyn? What do you think?
Yes. Would you mind if
Okay, would you mind if I speak to Mr. Smith, please? Okay, that's another good option. Why do you think we have to use would you mind if, Evelyn? Hello, Evelyn.
I think it's formal and it's uh um I don't know. It's a sentence. I speak to Mr. Smith.
Okay, that's a good comment. Thank you. We will check in a moment. Now, Julio, what do you think? Well, your classmates, Rodrigo and Evelyn, have a different answer. Rodrigo said that the right answer is may, and Evelyn said that the right answer is would you mind if. What do you think, Julio? What is the right answer?
Well, I think that is, may I speak to Mr. Smith, please?
Okay, may I speak to Mr. Smith? Okay, pretty good. Now we will do one example per person. First of all, guys, well, in example number 2, guys, I want to listen to Rodrigo. Then in example 3, we will listen to Evelyn. Evelyn. And then in example 4, we will listen to Julio. Okay? Now, everybody, tell me, what do you think is the right answer? Remember, at the end, we will check all the exercises together. But now tell me your answer. Rodrigo, example number 2. This is a polite request.
I think the answer is cool, teacher.
Okay.
Could you open the window, please? It's hot in here.
Nice. Okay, pretty good. That's a great answer. So very good. Now, Evelyn, let's continue with you. What is the next question? What is the next request?
It will be could you and would you?
Oh, number 3?
Yes.
What is the right answer?
Could you?
Could you?
Yes.
Okay, can you read the complete question?
Could you buying two
Loves.
loaves of bread on your way home?
Okay, thank you for your answer, Evelyn. Let's continue with Julio, okay? Julio, tell me example number 4. What is the correct request?
And the second, yeah, I'm sorry. Would you mind if I will borrow your dictionary for an hour or so?
Or so? Okay. Would you mind if I will borrow? Okay, thank you. Let's move everybody to our next exercises from 5 to 7. And this opportunity, Evelyn, you will help me with, oops, give me a second. In this opportunity, Evelyn, you will help me with exercise 5, Julio with exercise 6, and Rodrigo with exercise 7, okay? Let's continue with this exercise. Oops, I selected another option. I'm sorry. Let's say, Evelyn, tell me what is the correct answer in example 5?
Would you mind if I didn't come to your party?
Okay, would you mind if I didn't go, sorry, I didn't come to your party? Pretty good, that's a great example. Now let's continue with number 6. Sorry, Julio. What is the correct question number 6? This is a polite request.
Okay. Could you lend me $200 till next week, please?
Okay, excellent. Could you lend me? That was great. Okay, great structure. Thank you, Julio. Then, Rodrigo, tell me, what is our next exercise? Example 7.
It will be not smoking. Would you mind not smoking here? I have a headache.
Okay, would you mind not smoking? Here, I have a headache. Pretty good. Okay, thank you for your answers, guys. Now we have to move to the last 3 sentences. As you see, everybody, we have example 8, 9, and 10. Right now, everybody, Julio, you will help me with exercise 8, Rodrigo, exercise 9, and we will finish this all these exercises with Evelyn, okay? Please, Julio, tell me example 8 about Betty.
Betty, can you help me with the grammar exercise, please?
Oh, what is the right answer? Can you, right?
Can you? Yes.
Nice job, okay, super good. Let's continue with number 9. Please, Rodrigo, what is example 9?
I think it is, let me think. I think it's can't. Sorry, you can't.
Okay, could I use your cell phone, please? Sorry, you can't. Okay, nice job.
Or can it be couldn't? Sorry, you couldn't.
Okay, can't or couldn't. Okay. What do you think, Rodrigo? Which one is better in this exercise? Can't or couldn't?
Yes, I think couldn't is better.
It's better. Okay, so we will select couldn't. Nice. Let's
Yes.
continue with example 10. Evelyn, this is for you. Tell me what is the correct answer for this request.
Sorry. Could I stay here for a while? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Sure? Are you sure, Evelyn? Yes?
I think yes.
Okay, very good. Everybody, we finished with this exercise. It's time to check if our answers are correct. Please, everybody, pay attention to this exercise, and then we will check if they are correct or not. Okay, everybody. We have 70% correct. It was good, but let's check, everybody, that we have 3 wrong examples. Pay attention to it. The first one, everybody, is this exercise. Could you buying? Could you buying is not correct. The right answer, as you can see here, is would you mind? Oops. Would you mind? Now, question for all of you, Rodrigo, Evelyn, and Julio. Why the correct answer of this exercise or this question is would you mind? How do you know that this is correct?
Because it's the verb buying is in the room. So that means the correct structure can be would you mind, because the verb have to be in the room in that structure. Would you mind buying?
Excellent. Okay. When we use would you mind, remember that the verb is always in gerund or in ing. Okay. Any of those is correct. Okay. So we always have to use the ing verbs, or when we have an ing verb, we have to use would you mind or do you mind. That's why that's the correct answer. Then everybody, would you mind if I will borrow? It's not correct. Okay, the correct answer is, would you mind if I borrowed your dictionary for an hour or so? Now, again, question for the 3 of you. Why, if I borrowed, is the correct example? What do you think?
Because
Because we have
Oh, let's
go,
see.
because
Evelyn.
we
Evelyn.
because we are using if, and with would you we have to uh, complete with a sentence in simple past.
Okay, good. When we use would you mind if, then the next sentence will be in simple past. But if we use do you mind, the next sentence in the same question will be in simple present. Okay, pretty good. Well, guys, we are at least the important thing. The important thing that I really like, everybody, is that you understand why the sentence that we created is not correct. So why we have a different answer. Then, guys, in this one, it's a little bit different. The question is, could I use your cell phone, please? The answer, sorry, you couldn't. Okay, couldn't is incorrect. Tell me, please, why can't is the right answer. What do you think?
I don't know why this is incorrect, teacher. It just sounds better with can't. Now that I think about it, it sounds better. Can't
Okay, it
that
sounds
couldn't,
better.
but
Well,
I don't know why it's incorrect. To be honest.
okay, I will tell you guys, don't worry. Well, sometimes we think that because in the question we use could, in the answer we also have to use could. That's something very common when we are talking about grammar, okay? For example, if I ask a question using do, you know that the answer will be do. If I ask a question using the verb to be, the answer will be the verb to be. So as you know, guys, when we are talking about grammar, we always have to respect the modal or the auxiliary in the question and in the answer. But in this case, everybody, it is not about grammar or not. It's not focused. The modal that we are using is not focused on grammar. Why? Because we use could not to talk about something in the past. We use could in the question, but we are not talking about anything in the past. We are talking about something in the present. But we are making a request, a polite request in present. That's why we use could. That's the reason why we use could. But in the answer, guys, since it is a request in present, the correct answer is can't. Remember that can't is talking about ability, possibility, and request. In this case, possibility, okay? Possibility in present, not in past. If we talk about a possibility in the past, everybody, we have to use could or couldn't. But since the favor that we are supposed to do is not in past, everybody, we have to use can't because it's in present, okay? That's why this is incorrect. Grammatically is correct. That your answer, I don't remember, I think it was Rodrigo, but grammatically your example was correct, Rodrigo. But because of the context, we have to use could in the question and can't in the answer. Similar to the last example that Evelyn answered, and is that we use could in the question, but in the answer we use can. Same thing. We use could to sound polite, to make a formal question, but the possibility to do something or to do the favor is in present. That's why we have to use can, okay? Pretty good. Guys, you are doing an amazing job, and I'm really impressed of your job. Even though we have a 7, we could say that it's a 7, it's a good result, okay? Just please continue practicing structures. When to use ing, when to use verbs in simple past, when to use simple present, and when to use the verbs in base form, okay? Right now, everybody, we have to move to our speaking activity. Today, everybody, we are just 3 people. So what are we going to do? Let me show you what is our activity, and then everybody, we will work in a group of 3, okay? Today, everybody, you will be practicing the 3 together, and then everybody, I will listen to your to what you practice. Let's see. Okay. In this opportunity, guys, we have our speaking time, and it's a role play. Look at the instructions. Make role plays and create a conversation according to different scenarios. Request at a restaurant or in a delivery. Request in a class and request at work. You will take 5 minutes, everybody, to prepare with a classmate, and then you will participate in the class. In this opportunity, guys, we are just 3 people, so we can't do 2 or 3 groups, because if I divide all the students in 3 groups, you will practice alone. Or if I practice, if we make 2 groups, 2 people are going to practice, but 1 person is going to wait for someone to come. But right now, nobody is coming to the class, at least at this time. So what are we going to do? First of all, guys, you will work, the 3 of you, together. So Rodrigo, Evelyn, and Julio, you have to create a conversation in which the 3 of you participate. Okay? Now, we have this information. After that, everybody, you have to select or decide which scenario are you going to talk about, or are you going to set up. If you want to make or say some request at a restaurant, good, you can, guys. If you want to do it in the class, great, it's possible. And if you want to do it at work, it's also a possibility. Remember, guys, we have these 3 different scenarios, because from Monday, on Monday and yesterday, we created different examples using these scenarios. Some requests at work, today we practice some requests at school or in class, and we also talk about the different requests that we have to do in a restaurant or in a delivery, right? So please, everybody, try to work together. You will have 5 minutes, and then I will listen to you over here in the class. Okay, guys?
Okay, okay.
Okay, pretty good.
Okay.
So everybody, I will create the group. You will be alone 2 minutes, so I will not visit you in 2 minutes. After the 2 minutes, I will go in case you have any question, in case you need help with anything, anything about the class, right? So guys, try to work on it and do your best. See you in 5 minutes.
difficult because I couldn't take money.
Ah, sí, estaría bueno esa forma.
Yo pensé que había comenzado la clase. ¿Ya comenzó?
No, solo.
No, right now I'm just checking what you are doing. Okay, you can continue.
Oh,
We
okay.
can speak in Spanish here, right, teacher?
Eh, yes, it's possible, but I would prefer you practice English. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
Who's gonna be the waitress?
was
You're gonna be the waitress, Evelyn?
Hello, Julio.
hello.
Hello. Well, let me see what happened to Rodrigo. Ah, Rodrigo is here. Well, I guess Evelyn had the problems with the internet, so she will not participate in this opportunity, right? But you are over here, so can you practice your conversation?
Yes, I
Yes,
prepare
teacher.
some conversation, a little conversation.
Nice. Okay, so you can do it.
And
Okay.
we select the restaurant context, teacher. Okay. Uh,
Hello, my
how,
friend. How was your
hello,
day today?
hello. Well, my day was good, and my job was tough. To be honest, it was a good day, but a tough day too. And I'm really hungry. I want to eat in this place. I like very much, and I think you I think you will like it, and I think you have to prove it.
Okay. And do you recommend which? I'm sorry. Which food do you recommend?
Mm, I recommend you the empanadas and the pupusas here are very delicious. I think
Okay.
you will like it. Let's go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, well, in my case, my dad, it was difficult because I couldn't take more money because and in the restaurant it was alone. So could you lend me your a little? Well, I'm sorry. Could you lend me money for tomorrow?
Oh, you working on another restaurant?
Yes, I work.
Oh, okay. Yes, I can. I will lend you um $50. What do you think?
Yes, tomorrow I see you tomorrow, and you lend me your some money.
I can do it now if you want.
Okay. And
Do you need it right now? I can lend you.
yes, if you want.
Okay, I will. And
Okay.
when you're gonna mm, give it back to me?
When?
Yes.
Well, I I will. I think that on Saturday, because Saturday they pay me.
Oh, Saturday they pay you.
Yes, and I give you your money.
Okay. That's good. Um, uh, what do you think? We can go to the restaurant.
In your restaurant.
Yes, the one that I was talking about to you.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
because I think that is a good restaurant.
Okay, you have to prove it. It's really good. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Well, that was nice. That was a great conversation. I really like that. Well, I know that when Evelyn left, it caused a kind of mess because you already created the conversation. But don't worry, it was great. I listened to Could You Lend Me? And that was a nice request that you asked for. Then, okay, so all the situation that you created about eating or going to a restaurant and try or eat that kind of food, okay? Let's continue working like that, everybody. Let's keep doing your best. And right now, just before we go, I want to invite you, everybody, to practice in our following activity. Okay, everybody, we have to, give me a second, what's happening? Well, I guess we finished with all the activities from Unit 2. It means, everybody, that our next activity is to complete or to take exam for Units 1 and 2, okay? Please try to take the exam, everybody, complete it, and keep working. Remember, tomorrow and on Friday, we keep working in our classes. I hope to see you in our next class, everybody. Continue practicing at home, okay? At least for today,
Teacher,
have a good night. Tell me, Rodrigo.
teacher, I have a question.
Tell me.
And we have till Friday morning to complete the platform or what?
I guess it's Friday morning. I will ask about that, and I will let you know tomorrow, okay?
Okay, good. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Good night, teacher. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.